Hey guys, welcome back to Skylanders Ring of Heroes. Now, this video is going to be a couple things. I want to do a bit of a spotlight on Deja Vu just because I'm using her and she looks really good. Mine's isn't fully built yet, nowhere near it actually. But I still think she's a fantastic unit and I want to do a review on her. But I also wanted to bring a bit of awareness to something that I only sort of figured out today. And that is the fact that your support units, you can actually use them at pretty low levels. So this Deja Vu is only 3-star, but she's surviving really well in B9. And that's due to the flat stat runes being so viable in this game. You can just throw full flat stat HP and defense runes on a support unit and get them tanky enough to survive and basically just get the added effects that they bring to your team. So for this one, the Deja Vu, she brings an attack buff, an hourglass effect, which we'll talk about a bit later. Also, a little heal. It's not too big of a heal because it's based on her HP and her stats aren't huge. But it's a heal nonetheless, and a mini cleanse as well. It only reduces durations by 1 turn, and she can tank a hit. She had no buffs there, and the boss only barely grazed her really. So it's really nice that you can get them tanky enough to help out in this situation. It's not something you can really do with attackers, I don't think, because the problem with attackers is that they do need that attack stat, and then you'll be ruining them for attack, which means they'll be really squishy and basically just get one shot. So here, basically, if we can survive the revenge from the boss, which hopefully normally we try to avoid the revenge, but we can survive that. We can get a heal rolling, and then we can keep going. As long as he doesn't attack Boomer here, we should be fine. And there you go. So it's just showing that you can actually put in those extra support units and they can actually really benefit your team, especially the Deja Vu in Beast Dungeon, because she doesn't actually attack the boss and contribute to that revenge counter. This hasn't made my team perfect. I've still got improvement. I know I could just do the wham shell method and I'd probably be pretty good, but my broccoli guy isn't skilled up enough for that yet. And I just want to try something different progression. That's what I'm aiming for. So this team's probably only about 60 to 70% successful. So I'd probably still farm B8 for a few upgrades. I still have runes that I need to upgrade. But yeah, it's just that idea of using support units. So another unit that I had tried as well, didn't work as well, was the chill, because sometimes my Whirlwind was dying in the waves when her AI just wouldn't use the charge skill and she'd keep getting attacked and then die. And I thought, the chill, he has that defense buff, he has the focus aggro. Why not use that? The problem with her was the second skill was actually attacking the boss, contributing to that revenge counter, and then getting the boss to attack my Boomer faster. If my Boomer had better runes, I could probably make that really work. But unfortunately, my Boomer still has 5-star runes here. I really want to get those to 6-star max runes to buff his stats, and this one's still not maxed out yet. So I fully planned that to do B9 reliably, you'd probably need full 6-star runes as a rough estimate. So I do still have room, and I will try that chill again, but for now, the Deja Vu is working really well. And like I said, I'm just trying to find a different progression method for that B9, because I have done the wham shell before. I know he's fantastic. I know you guys leave in the comments that he's awesome, and he is. But I just want to try something different. So another streamer on Twitch, Gingerlicious, he streams a lot. He's normally on when I'm streaming, and we've given him a host and stuff. He's actually a really nice dude, and he's actually trying to do the same sort of thing, go for a different one, and he actually managed to 3-star B9. Now, this was the 3-star. We're not talking reliable runs, but he was using a 5-star Boomer Awakened and a 5-star Chain Reaction. And now he did say it relied on getting some crits and stuff, but you know, if you can get that 3-star run with different units, get it quickly, then you know you can test your faster runs out like that. So Gingerlicious, he's actually a great dude. I was actually he messaged me just to say, you know, this is what I've been working on, and I messaged him back, and I just want to get your guys' feedback. We're going a little bit off topic here just for a minute. I want to get your guys' feedback on something I was thinking about doing. I was thinking about starting up a sort of series where I bring in different members, different content creators and members of the community to have a bit of an interview session, just talk about the game in general, the changes that are coming in the game, what they're doing in the game, their sort of ideas, and we can focus in on different topics each. I don't know how often I do it, week, fortnight, month, however often I do it. But yeah, I just want to get you guys feedback on whether you would like that sort of thing. I think it could be really nice just to get more exposure to more people out there, because like Gingerlicious, I know he does often have a lot of viewers on Twitch, so for those that do go to Twitch, you know he's there, but he doesn't actually do YouTube content, so it'd be great to get exposure for all the content creators out there, as well as have a really interesting and informative interview sort of session once, like I said, every week, fortnight, month. I don't know how often I do it. Living in Australia, it's hard to tee up times with people around the world, but it's something I was thinking about. So let me know what you think. Once again, check out him. I'll leave his links in the description. He's always streaming, so check that out. So like I was saying, I'm looking at different stuff, and the best one that I found to use at the moment was that, if I can find her, have I already gone past her because I thought she was in favorites? No, she isn't. Is the, if she ever turns up, because she's so low level, where is she? Okay, we got there. Is the Deja Vu. So now I want to talk about the Deja Vu. So these are the runes. You can see how I talk about using the flat stat runes. So this one was only a 5-star. I don't care about attack. It had a decent flat HP sub, good percent sub too, but I get not much out of that because of her base stats. And then I just threw on the 6-star flat runes. So the defense, these are only a plus 12 as well, and that one's plus 9. And this one's still a 5-star, I think. So yeah, so they're still, that one is 15, which is nice, but there's still room for improvement on those as well. And you can see her total stats are actually fairly decent. So she's got the 8k. Let's favorite her, go back so we can get to her quicker and compare the stats. So she's got that 1500 defense. My whirlwind's much tankier, but the other unit I'm using is the boomer, who's at 1200 defense. And then she's actually got more HP than him as well. So she's much tankier than my boomer. Yes, my boomer is built for attack, but he's a high level unit. And yeah, that's what I was trying to get across, is those flat stat runes. If you use good enough runes, you can actually get really decent stats on these guys and try different things. So her skill set is really nice for this type of thing, because her first skill, when awakened, is the one that awakens. So it's not the one I was using. But it is actually a strip, and it can decrease all buff counts by 1 and 50% chance to repeat the effect. And when you skill that up, it actually does it to all enemies and reduces their buff counts by 2, which is really nice. 4 mana cost, which is a bit steep considering her other 2 skills. So I think that will have a use eventually. But for now, her other 2 skills are amazing. So this hourglass is pretty nice effect. So it gives you a debuff count reduction by 1. Now that's not amazing. When you skill it up, it does get better and becomes 2, which is most debuffs, general debuffs you get like from the dungeons and stuff like that. So that is really nice. And then the other thing it does is heals all allies in proportion to her max HP. Now, like I said, if I get her 6-star awakened, her base HP will be much higher. It'll be healing a lot more. It does get 30% bonus through skill ups as well. But it's not the biggest heal I've seen in the game. Like at the moment, with what was she on, 8.5k HP, it's healing for about 1,000. I think about 9, maybe even 8 or 900. I can't remember exactly, which is around what my whirlwind, each tick of my whirlwind's heal is. But there is still room for improvement on that. But then her other skill, which is really nice, is this charge skill. So between the two, like I said, she's only got 1 mana cost all up. And this one's a focus for 9 seconds, grants Hourglass, which is an effect that puts on the ally with the highest attack. And basically, after they take 3 attacks, it will return their HP to where it was when the Hourglass was put on. I haven't done enough testing to know if their HP is higher than where it was, it'll reduce it. But the problem with this ability, the little problem I have with it, is that it's because it's a charge skill on 8-second cooldown, she often gets through using it twice before it expires. So she's often reapplying that buff, which means it doesn't gain the effect. I think it'd be really cool if reapplying the buff actually granted the effect and restored the HP to where it was after the last one. But at the moment it doesn't, so it does sometimes just end up being an endless loop of the Hourglass. But sometimes on the boss, if she dies and then Boomer gets hit, he might be really low, he'll get kicked back up, and then he'll be able to beat the boss. So it has been helpful for me. The other thing about this is the attack up for 1 turn. So that's really nice. It becomes attack up for 2 turns when you skill it up. And she is a unit that I might consider skilling up later on. Moving into B10, she does have elemental advantage in B10, so I would like to test her out. But she is hard to get shards for. I can only get shards from summoning, requesting from guild, and from using my Omni Gems. So she's the one that I'm probably going to put my Omni Gems into at the moment. And but yeah, that attack up's really nice in my team as well, because yes, my Boomer has attack up, but if she can put that attack buff on before he uses his, which is his big nuke, then he's got attack buff for that big nuke, and then that'll buff his attack, and then he's also got it for his bombs, which just adds to the damage to the boss, lets me get him lower health faster, and hopefully kill him before the revenge proc. So yeah, that's what I basically wanted to cover. I wanted to cover that idea of using these support units at low level with some flat stat runes. I don't know, you guys might be struggling to get reliable B8 runs. Maybe a support unit low level on some 5-star runes, flat stats, would be good enough to help make those runs more reliable. I don't think she would be the one to use in those because she is a weak element to the B8, but yeah, just have a look through the units and see if there's something else that you can get good benefit from just their added effects. So that's pretty much it for this video. That's the low level units. That's the Deja Vu. Like I said, she does look like an amazing unit, and I'm really gonna put some resources in and try and invest in her and see how good she can actually be. But thanks for watching the video, guys, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.